Before we get started, let's quickly review today's Lunch and Learn agenda. We are going to review an overview of Proven OnSite and its functionality, then jump in to the Proven Jobs client portal as it stands today, and the future of our customer experience and where we want to go, and as far as growing the Proven customer experience. Then, of course, answer any questions that you may have. Proven OnSite was created to enable our customers to have a personalized, transparent customer experience with their clients. This allowed a text communication with the client that could also show real-time travel information and store that information back to the notes section of the Proven Jobs job file. In addition, users could capture feedback related to the job experience directly into the job file or within our companion software, Proven CRM. Proven OnSite, when utilized, uses a Twilio number set up and chosen by your company specific to your area code. This number, when sent, allows the customer to communicate with the technician when Start Travel is selected. The client does not see the number associated with the technician's internal record. As you can see, when Start Travel is selected, it notifies the customer that the technician is on the way. When Arrived is selected, it notifies the customer that the tech has arrived to that location. When Completed is selected within this feature option, it notifies the customer that the work has been completed. If at any time during the process Cancel is selected, it will notify the customer that the appointment has been canceled. When Start Travel is selected by my technician and your client is alerted that the technician is on the way via SMS text message, your client can select the blue hyperlink and be taken to the Proven OnSite customer portal. Here within this portal, they can see real-time information relating to their technician's travel. Within this portal, they can see the appointment date, which represents a scheduled start date, and time if the job has been scheduled utilizing the schedule within Proven Jobs. If the job is not scheduled, the date will be the current date when the field user selects Start Travel. It'll also show the address location, the job number, and the job start date. This date actually represents the actual start date as entered in the Dates tab on the job file. In addition, it will also show the job ETA, which is the completed date. This job represents the estimated completion date as entered in the Dates tab on the job file. At any given point, your client can select the Text Me option located in the upper right-hand corner of the client portal. Here, at any given point, they can communicate with the technician that is going to the site location. As the technician is traveling to the site location, their travel is updated on the client portal, showing the client the technician's travel to their job site. When Arrived is selected, your client will also get a message indicating that the technician has arrived on site. The status in the client portal will modify to the Arrived status location. Here in this middle screenshot, you can see where the technician has communicated with your client via the Text Me option that is housed within the client portal. Again, all this information is captured within your job file within the Notes section of Proven Jobs. When Completed is selected, your client receives another hyperlink offering them the option to submit feedback related to the associated visit from your technician. This feedback can be housed and stored within the Proven CRM system, or the Proven Jobs job file. If at any given point, if cancel is selected, the technician can confirm the Proven OnSite status cancellation. In addition, allow the technician to provide a template that can be sent to your client confirming the cancellation status and a reason for this cancellation. This option is just another great tool that elevates the customer's experience. Within our Proven Jobs job file, we have specific Proven OnSite notes and audit functions that relay back to the notes section. Here we have Proven OnSite. This is a customizable topic to mark alerts and dates and times. In addition to the customer message, which will indicate when a customer SMS message is received. When an employee message is sent via the customer portal, it will flow back into the Proven Jobs job file as an employee message. In addition, if job feedback is filled in for the survey feedback, it will also flow into the Proven Jobs job file as job feedback. All this information allows you to filter and audit the job file. As you can see in this screenshot from a Proven Jobs job file, the information has captured back into this job. The Proven OnSite main note topic, job feedback, employee message, and customer message have all been captured, allowing you to filter out accordingly. Let's talk about the future development ideas for this customer experience. Our goal at this year's user conference is to really expand the idea of our customer portal and to redefine our customer experience with the Proven Jobs software and your customer's interaction. Proven Jobs' current customer portal allows users to create a username and password to assign to a specific client if they want them to have access to the customer portal. In doing so, the client will receive an automated email to gain access to the client portal. Once the client receives the email to gain access to the portal, they can select the hyperlink to log in. Here, they can view job information, view public pictures that have been selected, view public notes that have been selected, sign documents, and submit specific service requests. Some caveats to this portal are that the client has to be listed as a relationship on the associated job file. If you want the client to be able to view specific items, they have to be marked as public within the associated job file that they are listed as a relationship on. If you have an exact analysis linked job, and perhaps there are items you do not want the client to see that are public, you cannot restrict that access, and those items are always public. In addition, users cannot separate multifamily options. They cannot separate notes or pictures if they belong to different units. At our PSA user conference, the next topics were discussion topics with our users to get knowledge and insights related to future development of what our customer experience should look like. Discussions were had and brought to the attention of the PSA users were the thoughts of branching off of our Proven OnSite concept in relation to a collaboration tool to communicate with your client. In this screenshot, perhaps instead of a login and password, your client received a link via a text message. This link would allow for a client collaboration. When selected, it would allow them to open to their job, much like our Proven OnSite portal. This client portal allowed the collaboration of such topics, such as viewing their current job status, viewing specific job information, such as assigned team members, allowing the user to directly email or text message those associated team members, viewing and signing forms, viewing and paying invoices, viewing and uploading pictures, and viewing and responding to selected notes. We dove into each section within this collaboration functionality. On the job status function, showing each stage of the work to the end user, the job information, viewing and the signing of forms to the end user so that the user could see what forms had been signed, and almost like a to-do functionality so that the user knew what was left to be completed within their job from the end user perspective. Also, we spoke about the opportunity to view and pay invoices on their job file from this selectable link, and the opportunity to view and upload pictures. This would allow your client to upload pictures maybe even prior to going out to the loss to gain a perspective prior to that first site inspection, and to view and respond to notes that have been placed on their job file. To wrap up our PSA user conference production track, we wanted to quickly review some questions that we went over at our user conference. During this production track, it was brought to our attention that clients wanted to be able to utilize their own survey option within the Proven OnSite feature. When going through this option, this could be done, however, it could not go through the Proven OnSite feature. It would have to go through our job notification functionality within the Proven Jobs web system. The Proven OnSite surveys are specifically dedicated to employee reviews, as this functionality are based on employee reviews specifically. We have a many number of customers that would love to utilize their own job surveys like Google or Podium, and that is something that could be integrated through an API or via a link. Another question that was brought up at the user conference was clients would like to utilize Google reviews specifically. So when we spoke about this link that was selected and sent to those clients at the end of the site visit, they wanted that to go specifically to Google. Unfortunately, this cannot be accomplished at the present time, mainly because Google requires you to be signed into Gmail in order to leave a review, because they do not allow anonymous people leaving reviews. Therefore, in order for us to utilize the Google review process, we have to send a prompt for the customer to sign into their Gmail. If they're not a user, they have to sign up for that associated Google account, and then we have to route them to the company account. This entire process kind of creates too much work for that customer, and that's we decided not to go that route. The next question we had was that clients wanted to not send a survey for each associated visit with the technician based on their interaction, but wait for the total job to be completed. So at this point in time, our app sends a survey link automatically when the appointment is concluded. The reason for that is not to review the job, but our performance for each day or task that's completed. We wanted to separate that from the overall job review because it allows the customer to mention issues during the visit rather than waiting for the job to conclude. We believe that this creates a better overall customer experience. The next question is on the Twilio number specifically. What if a client text messages the Twilio number? Currently, as it stands today, if a client texts back the Twilio number, a message will appear to the client. Direct SMS is not allowed. Please use link previously sent for job. You might have more than one job, and please use correct link. That little notification is placed in there just in case you're a property manager or other client that has multiple jobs that you also know that you could have more than one job link to select. Another question on the Twilio number: if a visit is complete, meaning that complete status has been selected or even a cancellation status has been selected, What happens to that text me option in the client portal? Well, if you select that text me option in that client portal, that option is technically no longer valid. You can see the history of that text me option, but you can no longer reply to it. And another question on the Twilio number, and our final question, what if your client calls the Twilio number? There is currently an auto response that mentions, thank you for the call. Configure your number's voice URL to change this message. Let us know if we can help any way with your development. This concludes today's Lunch and Learn and a quick recap of our Proven OnSite and customer experience from our 2022 user conference. I am now going to open up for any questions that you all may have.
Okie doke. Will there be a function in the future for an overall job survey versus an individual visit and or tracking with surveys sent or received? So there's always a future for anything. I can write that down and I can talk with the developers. Currently, right now, we were in discussions based off of some feedback we got at the user conference, because there are many clients that do want an overall job survey. Currently, the way the Proven OnSite functionality operates, it would not be built into that functionality for an overall job survey. But we are in discussions about an overall job survey and how that functionality would occur. So there is talk about it. You're welcome. Any other questions from today's Lunch and Learn? Okie doke. So if no one has any other questions, I will close today's Lunch and Learn, and this will be posted on our YouTube channel and our help library in a few days. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good one.